How do you get depression? I'm going to tell you exactly how you get depression. In this very fucking video, I'll tell you how to get depression. Firstly, what is depression? What is it? People have their own definitions for it. People have their own subjective opinion on it. This could mean sadness. This could mean somebody feeling upset about their body. This could be somebody not having social life, having little to no social life. This could be somebody just staying in all day, doing nothing. Life is stuck at one place. They're not doing anything significant for their own life. Something tragic happened, which is why they're now in this negative state of mind, and it will take them a long time to get out of that because of this tragic event. This is also one's comparison to other people. For example, I'm comparing myself to somebody else even though they've had a completely different life than I have had. And there's no need for that comparison because we have had a very different life. They were raised differently. I was raised differently. We had different outcomes in different situations. We went through different things when we were the same age. So, comparison of yourself to other people. It sounds bad, doesn't it? Depression is just has a very wide range of list. And everyone has their own description of it. Everyone has their own meaning behind it. People have their own reasons why they're depressed. Can be many things. However, people are depressed because of certain things that cause that. So now I'm gonna be telling you how you should get depression. The first way is just don't do anything important in your life. Don't do anything significant that's going to benefit it. Just don't do that. Second is you eat away trash food. You don't look after your body. Don't you dare start fitness. Don't you dare think about what nutrition is. Just eat whatever you want to eat. Whatever you feel like you want to eat, just consume it so that you feel good here, in your brain here, and in your heart. Just eat whatever you want to eat because it feels good. Just do that. Don't you fucking start thinking about nutrition, about fitness, okay? Don't interact with people. Don't start conversations with them. Don't accept any invitations for events. Don't care about the opinions of people that truly care about you. Truly care about you, not just anybody that cares. Truly care about you. Don't give a fuck about their opinions. Be rude. If somebody starts a conversation, wants to start interacting with you, give them very short responses so that they know you don't care. Like I said, having little to no social life. Just fully mind your own business. Literally, fully mind your own business. Don't think about anybody else. Just mind your own business. Somebody is nosing about in your life, tell them it's not your fucking business. Get away. And say this especially to people that truly care about you. Be very rude. Be rude to them. And then you're gonna really start getting depressed. And that is how you're gonna do it. Now, this is the fastest way to get depressed. And keep thinking to yourself, anything that happens to you, anything where you just feel negative emotions of some sort, you don't feel good, just tell yourself that nobody understands you, nobody sympathizes with you, nobody empathizes with you. Just do that. That's the fastest way you're gonna get depressed. And if you want to magnify this even more, you should start telling people that you're depressed. If you feel like you want to gain sympathy, and if you feel like that's gonna make a big deal out of you and people are gonna look up to you and give attention to you like that, tell them you're a depressed person. Tell them how sad you are. Tell them that nobody understands you. Tell them all of these things. Make a big deal out of it. Make a fuss out of it. Any opportunity you get, just tell somebody, hey man, this. what I said before about don't interact with people, that is in the sense that you want to build connections, you want to build relationships. Here, with what I'm saying now, that you tell people about your problems, that you tell people about your problems, that you're depressed, you're sad, nobody gives a fuck about you, nobody understands you, and so on and so on, they're not gonna be your friends. And lastly, here in this part, lastly, look at yourself. Look at yourself like you're a victim. Tell everyone you're a victim of this. This thing happened. You're a victim of it. Just tell everyone that. These things are the best ways, or sorry, the fastest ways you can get depressed. This is excluding something tragic happening to you. This is not about that. If something tragic happens, then my condolences, my apologies, I'm sorry for that. What I'm saying here now, this does not apply to the topic of this video. That's a natural thing. Here, this is on your own voluntary basis. This is how you get depressed. What the fuck? What was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck is depression? How is that good for you? You know, this is everything that I've said to you now. All of the things that I've said to you to do, don't do them. Because that's the easiest way for you to get a shit existence. Trust me on that. You're not gonna have any happy moments in your life. You're not gonna feel fulfilled with yourself. You're gonna despise yourself. Everyone else is going to despise you. Because some people have this sort of thinking about depression, is if that they mention this to other people, they talk about this to other people, these other people are going to empathize with them more and stick by them even more. And that's completely false. People don't like negative energy. Even if they're negative themselves, they don't want somebody negative on them. So if you start saying to somebody that you're going through this, it's fine for the first few times. However, if you stay adamant that, oh, I'm so sad because of this is not my fault, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm depressed, I'm a victim, and so on and so on and so on, if you just stay adamant on that, people that are close to you, they're going to run away. You decline invitations for events, they're not going to invite you. You keep moaning to them about your problems and you do nothing to fix it, they're gonna run away. Even if they are fucked up people themselves. I don't know. Every single human being does not want, any human being, nobody wants to be around negative energy, negative people. Nobody wants to be around that. Do you really think you're gonna get respect? People are gonna empathize with you, get closer to you if you do all of this? The answer to that is a simple no, and you know that. You know that. You just know that deep down. The answer to that is a simple no. When was the last time that you felt repulsed by somebody that just stayed negative? This could be somebody at work, somebody in your class, just some friend of yours who you're starting to get annoyed of because he or she just stays negative the whole time. You care about that person. The thing is, you care about them. They keep staying on this fact of them that they are depressed and victims and sad and everything, but they do nothing to get rid of it. Then of course you're going to start feeling that they're a burden on you because you're carrying them along on your own path, because you have to listen to everything again, whatever they say. And that's common sense. Nobody wants to be around negative energy. And so if you want a shit existence, do all of that. If you want the opposite of that, don't do anything that I said. You know what you should do? Do the opposite of that. And again, everyone has their own way of life. Everyone has their own ideas and their own views. So it's your idea, it's your view on how you should live your life. Sure, you can seek advice. Sure, you can look at the way other people are living. Cultivate your own thoughts. See how everyone else is living with the way they're living. See what you think for yourself. See what life you want to live ahead. Then start cultivating a life like that. Start creating one in that way. Like I said in my videos before, life is not about happiness, it's about survival. And sure, it's not the meaning that you should stay depressed, but still you're living, so it's still survival. Sure, physical health matters, emotional health matters, mental health matters. So all of these should be in a moderate state of moderate level, let's say. Because before, I don't even know where to begin. Before, when I was 18, 19, those were not really nice years for my life because I faced many tough moments, not so many friends, mainly alone, little social life. I would decline events, depression, my body, looking down on myself, comparing again to everyone else. And at that time, I would sometimes I would go on these websites where you can seek help for depression and everything. You know what I mean, right? And so I would go on these websites. I would make an account or guest account. I don't remember. I would get connected to some sort of coach. I don't know, or just somebody that would listen to what I would say and tell me what would be good idea and everything. I would still think to myself that they don't understand me. They're just giving me bullshit advice. And I would think to myself that you get respect out of this. That this is kind of a good thing to be looked like you're a victim because people are going to pity you and be like, oh, let's lift him up. Let's lift her up. The sad truth is nobody gives a fuck. It's not a good idea at all to victimize yourself for no reason. I didn't victimize myself, yes. I was depressed, yes. And it took me a long while to get that sorted out, which I have sorted out. Do not victimize yourself at all. Because we live in the 21st century. It's 2024. You have the free will to do whatever you want. There's nobody stopping you. If you want something, you can go do it. Nobody's gonna come knocking on your door and tell you, hey, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. You're not going to get success. You're not gonna get happiness. You're fucked. You have to stay like this. You deserve to stay like this. Nobody's gonna come and do that. It's 2024 for fuck's sakes. Nobody's gonna come and do that. So you don't have any. You're not in any position to say you're a victim. It's a simple don't do that. It's that simple. And at that time, I did try making some friends, and I would just stick to them about my problems, and slowly they just turned away. They just turned away from me because of my negativity. And other ways I started getting depressed was I was getting invited to events, but I was too insecure about myself. I just kept comparing myself, and I thought to myself, like, I'm wasting my time there because there's no use of me to be in that setting, let's say. And I would just say no, or I'd feel nervous, introverted, shy. I'd decline some events, and then slowly, some of those people stopped inviting me. And I don't blame them for that. It's my fault for that. And I don't want the same for you. If you're going through a bad time, just keep hope. Whatever you are sad about, try and fixing it. And there's also one more thing. This is also a very important thing. Life is not meant to be just a walk for you. You're supposed to keep going. And I've used this example before. When you see an airplane taking off, it gets in the air, right? You don't expect it to just completely stop in the air and for it to still stay afloat over there. This aircraft still needs its jets to be on, to be burning fuel, to be going turbo, going crazy, so that this plane stays afloat in the air. That is life. The ground is depression. The air is not depression. That is whatever you want it to be. Happiness, moderation, bliss, whatever it is that you think it is. Anything, let's say anything good. Anything good is not on the ground. Because once you stop moving forward in life, it is as if that plane, let's say its engines were blasted off, or it ran out of fuel completely, and it just starts sinking to the bottom. Once it sinks to the bottom, boom. And then it's hard for you to get out of that situation because there's so many things you have to do. You have to piece yourself back together. You have to figure out what the issue is. You have to figure out how to get out of this issue. Once you realize what the issue is, then the steps to take is this takeoff for this aircraft. And then once you're in the air, meaning once you've started taking those actions, and you don't stop taking those actions, and you keep up to it, and this is in all areas of your life, you're not going to get depressed.